Hi everyone, so we're going to be looking at how we could grab or create some really simple data and then display it on our screen. So I'm going to do cd desktop and then Flutter create, and I will do simple data, something like that. And I got my project right here, so I'm just going to drag and drop it. And what I'll do is I will open up the libs folder, main.dart, and I'm just going to be separating out the information. But first what I'm going to do is I am going to separate the pages. So I have my main.dart, which is great. I'm just going to get rid of a bunch of these comments that I do not need. I want to start with just a basic main and just my app class. So everything under the my app I will delete. And right here, now that we have this code, I'm going to also make, so what I'll do is I'll do home underscore screen, or I'll do is I will make a home screen page. I will save that, and what I'm going to do is make a new file in the libs and call it home underscore screen dot dart, and this is where I'm going to set up that new class. And what I'll do is I'm going to make this a stateless widget, so class home screen extends stateless widget, and I'm going to create a build, and then I'm going to do a const home screen super.key, and I will return a scaffold, and the scaffold I will make app bar with a title, and I'll say displaying data, just something simple. And then I'll have the body, and I'm going to center it, and I'll put everything in a column, and I will put main axis alignment dot center, so I'll just center everything. And what I will be doing then is I will have a text here, and actually I'm going to have 3 different texts here, but I'll just leave it like that for right now. It's fine. I will fix everything later. Right now I just have the basic template, which is what I need for this first home screen here. And what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be creating these models and data folder as well to separate out the code. So I'm going to make a models folder, and in the models folder I will make a school underscore info dot data, or dart, sorry, dart. And what I will do is in this model, this is where we kind of lay out how or what type of information we'll have. and we're going to import the package from Flutter, material Dart, and then we're going to have a class of school info, and the school info, we're going to have a const school info. We're going to have a title, we're going to have a year, and we're going to have a description. Description, lowercase, there we go. So make sure this, since we're just setting up the values that we're going to be using, we're going to be using title, year, and description. We need to make sure we set it up with this keyword here, and then we also need to make sure that we define what each of the types will be. So title is a string, the year will be of type integer, and description will have a string as well. And then this is our models. That's going to be laying out the template of the type of data we're going to be storing. And then another folder in our libs, we'll call it data. And then we're going to make a file and we're going to call it school_data.dart. And then this is where we're going to have to import the package simple data, and then models school info Dart. So we're going to be using that models, the layout that we've created. And I'm just going to make it really simple, just one piece of data here, school data. And in this array, we'll have the school info. And you can see here it sets up a template for us, which is nice. And what's going to happen is we're going to have a title. Let's say it's a string because it's going to be a string, so it's some type of university. Let's say year, we'll say 2024. Description, this is a technical school, something like that. And then we have the same layout, string, integer, string, just like in our models, string, integer, string. So we follow the same layout. And then in our home screen here, this is where we're going to then display the data. And what we need to do is in the text, because we are in this page, we need to import the data. So we're going to import package simple data, and then the data, we have to import it, because what we're going to do is we're going to be calling this variable school data. This variable school data is just a constant that contains all of the information we want to grab, and we're going to display it here. So what we could do here is we can just call the school data directly. We don't need to do anything else. School data, and then dot, because we know we have a title. But first we have to make sure we're at position 0, and then dot title. There we go. So school data, position 0. We're doing position 0 because it's the first thing in the array. We don't have more items, it's just the first thing in the array. It's position 0, this entire thing. And what we're going to be doing is we're grabbing the title, the title, which is the first thing in the school info, title. And then the next thing is the year, and then description. So let's create more of these texts. So we got dot year, and then we have to make it a string, so dot to string. And then this is description. So we always have to make sure everything is a string when we display it. So we have to convert it to toString. So that looks really good. And what I'm going to do is, because this is still an error, I need to import the home page. Import package simple data home screen. There we go. And what we're going to do is, and that should be good for the simple data setup. Let's try running it. So I'm going to click on this bottom right corner. So because we want to set up our iOS, let's just, when we look at Xcode here, our simulator, we're going to go device, and whatever version you have, we're going to click on iPhone 15 Pro Max or whatever iPhone you want. And you should see it in the drop down show up, and it will say, we'll click on this iPhone 15 Pro Max. And once you set that up and click on it, we should be able to see iPhone 15 Pro Max at the bottom right corner as well. So we know that it's gonna start connecting. And what I'm gonna do is so there's two ways. You can either click run or debug here, but also you could go here, run, start debugging, or run without debugging. I'll click start debugging. And once it starts up here, you can see now that we have this title here for displaying data and the information from our data that we set up. I'm just going to exit this widget inspector, and you can see here that it's calling the home screen. So in the home screen, we're calling that title, year, and description, and it's all coming from our data. So we're calling the title university, year 2024, and then this description right down there. And then whatever that app bar title is, it will be right here on our home screen, displaying data, which is going to show right up at the top there. And we know that this one works now.